Welcome to Unsolved Historical Mysteries. Why did the Maya civilization suddenly disappear? Chapter 1. What was the Maya civilization? Section 1. The origins and historical background of the Maya. The Maya civilization is one of history's most fascinating cultures. Originating in Mesoamerica and thriving in what is now southeastern Mexico, Belize, Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador. Emerging as early as 2000 BCE during the pre-classic period, the Maya transitioned from small agricultural villages into a society that laid the groundwork for one of the world's most complex ancient civilizations. Their ability to adapt to their surroundings was key to their success. By cultivating staple crops like maize, beans, and squash, collectively known as the Three Sisters, they ensured both food security and cultural continuity. Techniques such as slash and burn farming and advanced irrigation allowed them to thrive, even in challenging environments like dense rainforests and arid plains. By 750 BCE, they had begun constructing large ceremonial centers, which evolved into city-states like Tikal, Copan, and Palenque during the Middle Pre-Classic period. These cities became centers of power, trade, and religious activity. Their architecture, including towering pyramids and elaborate carvings, showcased their engineering prowess and spiritual dedication. The civilization reached its zenith in the Classic period 250 to 900 CE, marked by the rise of powerful city-states ruled by divine kings. The Maya developed advanced mathematical and astronomical systems, and created a hieroglyphic writing system that recorded history, religion, and politics. Their calendar, known for its precision, is a testament to their sophisticated understanding of time and the cosmos. Trade was central to the Maya economy. Goods like jade, obsidian, cacao, and textiles moved along vast networks, fostering not only economic growth but also cultural exchange. However, the Maya were not a unified empire. Independent city-states often competed and even clashed, creating a dynamic yet fragmented political landscape. The Maya's historical importance lies in their ability to create a thriving civilization in seemingly inhospitable environments. They transformed jungles into bustling cities and left behind enduring monuments and records. But as remarkable as their achievements are, they also present us with one of history's greatest enigmas. Why did such a powerful civilization ultimately decline? Section 2. The social structure and unique culture of the Maya. The Maya civilization had a highly stratified social structure that shaped its culture and daily life. At the top were kings, or Ajah, considered semi-divine rulers. These kings were not only political leaders, but also carried out religious and ceremonial duties, reinforcing their sacred role in society. Below them were the nobles, who managed the administration, warfare, and religious practices of the city-states. Nobles lived in large homes near ceremonial centers, reflecting their wealth and influence. This elite class also controlled trade, ensuring the movement of goods like jade, cacao, and obsidian across vast networks. Priests held significant power due to their role in interpreting the gods' will and conducting rituals. Their expertise in astronomy and the Maya calendar system made them central to both spiritual and political life. Alongside them were artisans and scribes, whose work immortalized Maya achievements. Artisans crafted intricate pottery, jewelry, and sculptures, while scribes recorded events and myths using the Maya's advanced hieroglyphic writing system. The majority of the Maya population consisted of commoners, primarily farmers. These individuals grew essential crops like maize, beans, and squash, which sustained the entire society. Farmers played a crucial role not only in feeding the population, but also in supporting religious ceremonies through agricultural offerings. Culturally, the Maya were deeply spiritual, worshipping gods tied to natural forces like the sun, rain, and maize. Their rituals often included offerings, feasts, and bloodletting to maintain cosmic balance. Even their ball game, Pak Ta Pak, carried religious significance and sometimes involved sacrifices. Artistic expression was also central to Maya culture. They created intricate carvings, colorful murals, and elaborate ceremonial attire. Music and dance were integral to their rituals, featuring drums, flutes, and other instruments. This combination of spiritual devotion, artistic skill, and social organization made the Maya one of history's most remarkable civilizations. Section 3. Astonishing advancements in writing and astronomy. The Maya civilization is celebrated for its extraordinary advancements in writing and astronomy, achievements that set them apart from other ancient cultures. Their hieroglyphic writing system was among the most sophisticated in the ancient world, combining logogram symbols representing words or ideas with phonetic elements. This unique structure allowed them to express complex thoughts and record detailed information. Maya hieroglyphs were inscribed on monuments, ceramics, and codices, forming a rich tapestry of their history, culture, and beliefs. These inscriptions reveal a civilization deeply invested in documenting its achievements. Large stone monuments, called stelae, often detailed the deeds of rulers, wars, and significant events. Meanwhile, codices provided a glimpse into their daily lives, religious ceremonies, and scientific knowledge. Only a few codices survive today, due to the destruction of many during the Spanish conquest. But those that remain underscore the intellectual depth of the Maya. Equally impressive was their mastery of astronomy. The Maya carefully observed celestial bodies, tracking the movements of the sun, moon, and planets with remarkable precision. This knowledge formed the foundation of their calendar systems, including the famous long count calendar, which tracked vast spans of time. Their 260-day Solkin calendar, used for religious purposes, and the 365-day Hab calendar, based on the solar year, were interwoven to create cycles of time that influenced their rituals and governance. The Maya's ability to predict astronomical events, such as solar and lunar eclipses, was unparalleled. They meticulously tracked the movements of Venus, which held special significance in their mythology and rituals. Observations of Venus were used to time wars and other major events, reflecting the connection between celestial phenomena and earthly matters. Architecture also reflected their astronomical expertise. Many Maya temples and observatories were aligned with celestial events. At Chichen Itza, for example, the Temple of Kukulkan creates a striking shadow of a serpent during the equinoxes, an effect that highlights their understanding of solar alignments. Similar alignments can be seen in structures across Maya cities, underscoring the integration of astronomy into their religious and cultural life. Central to their astronomical achievements was their advanced mathematical system. The Maya independently developed the concept of zero, which allowed them to perform complex calculations and accurately track astronomical cycles. Their vigesimal-based 20-number system, combined with their observational skills, enabled them to create one of the most precise calendar systems in history. Astronomy was not just a scientific endeavor for the Maya. It was deeply tied to their spiritual worldview. They believed that the movements of celestial bodies reflected the will of the gods and provided guidance for human actions. This belief underscored their rituals, agricultural practices, and political decisions. By understanding the cosmos, They sought to maintain harmony between the earthly and divine realms. The legacy of Maya achievements in writing and astronomy continues to inspire awe. Their hieroglyphs, long a mystery, are now being deciphered, revealing stories of their kings, gods, and daily lives. Their astronomical knowledge, combined with their architectural ingenuity, demonstrates their unparalleled ability to blend science, art, and spirituality into a cohesive cultural identity. These advancements remain a testament to their brilliance and enduring influence. Chapter 2: The Golden Age of the Maya. Section 1: The Flourishing City-States of the Maya. The Maya civilization's classic period 250,900 CE was marked by the rise of thriving city-states, each operating as independent centers of power. Cities like Tikal, Palenque, and Copan became hubs of political, cultural, and economic activity. Unlike unified empires, these city-states were governed by their own kings, known as Ajah, who wielded both political and religious authority. The heart of each city-state was its ceremonial center, where towering pyramids, palaces, and plazas showcased their architectural prowess. These structures weren't just practical. They symbolized the ruler's power and the city's devotion to the gods. Temples served as sacred spaces for rituals, while palaces housed the elite. For example, Tikal's Great Plaza, with its massive pyramids like Temple 1 and Temple 2, displayed not only architectural skill but also spiritual significance. Trade played a crucial role in sustaining these city-states. Networks connected the Maya with regions as far as central Mexico and modern-day Honduras. Valuable resources like jade, obsidian, cacao, and textiles flowed through these routes, enriching city-states and promoting cultural exchange. This trade also allowed alliances to form, fostering collaboration between some regions, while others remained in fierce competition. Culturally, the city-states flourished with advancements in art, astronomy, and mathematics. Observatories were used to track celestial events, influencing their precise calendars. Artisans created intricate carvings and colorful murals that celebrated their rulers and gods, while scribes recorded these achievements in hieroglyphs. Yet, this golden age wasn't without conflict. Rivalries, like the famous struggle between Tikal and Calakmul, often erupted into war. These battles shaped the rise and fall of city-states, as alliances shifted and territories changed hands. Despite these challenges, the Maya city-states achieved remarkable success, leaving behind a legacy of cultural and architectural brilliance. Section 2: Magnificent Architecture and its Significance. The Maya civilization's architecture is among its most enduring legacies. Their cities showcased incredible engineering and artistic skill, with monumental structures carefully integrated into natural landscapes. These buildings served not only as functional spaces, but also as powerful symbols of the Maya's cultural and spiritual identity. The pyramids are perhaps the most iconic of all Maya structures. Temples like the Temple of Kukulkan at Chichen Itza and the Temple of the Great Jaguar at Tikal were central to religious and ceremonial life. These towering structures often aligned with celestial events, reflecting the Maya's deep understanding of astronomy. For example, the Temple of Kukulkan creates a shadow resembling a serpent during the equinox, a phenomenon symbolizing the descent of a god. Palaces, built as residences for rulers and elites, were equally impressive. Structures like the Palace of Palenque featured intricate carvings and multi-level designs. These buildings served as administrative centers and symbols of royal authority, reinforcing the ruler's power and divine connection. At the heart of Maya cities were ceremonial plazas, which hosted public rituals, festivals, and political events. These open spaces were surrounded by temples, pyramids, and other monumental structures, creating a grand stage for communal gatherings. Nearby ball courts provided venues for the ritualistic ballgame Pak Ta Pak, a contest with deep spiritual significance, often linked to themes of life, death, and cosmic balance. Maya architecture was also notable for its advanced construction techniques. Despite lacking metal tools, they created massive stone structures using locally sourced limestone. The Maya pioneered the use of corbelled arches, allowing them to build vaulted ceilings and intricate interiors without the need for modern engineering tools. Every element of Maya architecture carried symbolic meaning. Pyramids were seen as sacred mountains connecting the heavens and the earth, while carvings on temples and palaces depicted gods, rulers, and mythological stories. This blend of functionality and symbolism ensured that their architecture served as both a practical and spiritual cornerstone of Maya life. Today, the remains of these magnificent structures continue to inspire awe. They stand as a testament to the Maya's ingenuity, blending art, science, and religion into some of the most remarkable monuments in human history. Section 3. The mysteries of Maya religion and rituals. Religion was deeply embedded in every aspect of Maya life, influencing their politics, art, and daily activities. The Maya believed in a complex pantheon of gods, each representing natural forces and celestial phenomena. Their religion was polytheistic, with deities associated with the sun, rain, maize, and even death. These gods were thought to control the cycles of nature, and worshipping them was crucial to maintaining cosmic harmony. Central to Maya religion were their elaborate rituals, which often involved offerings, feasting, and bloodletting ceremonies. Blood was considered a powerful substance that nourished the gods, and the Maya believed that offering their own blood helped sustain the universe. This practice was not limited to priests or rulers. Even commoners participated in smaller-scale rituals to honor their local deities. One of the most enigmatic aspects of Maya religion was their focus on death and the afterlife. They believed in a multi-layered cosmos, with the heavens above, the earth in the middle, and the underworld, known as Xibalba, below. The underworld was both feared and respected, as it was seen as the realm of death and rebirth. Funerary practices often included burying individuals with offerings such as jade beads, pottery, and tools to aid their journey to the afterlife. The Maya calendar system was deeply tied to their religious beliefs. They used the 260-day Solkin calendar for sacred ceremonies and the 365-day Hab calendar for agricultural cycles. Together, these calendars guided their rituals, festivals, and even political decisions. For example, specific dates were chosen for planting crops, crowning kings, and performing major religious ceremonies. Ceremonial centers, such as the temples and pyramids, were the focal points of Maya religious life. These structures were often aligned with astronomical events, reinforcing the connection between the heavens and their rituals. Temples served as stages for priests and rulers to perform rituals, while pyramids symbolized sacred mountains that linked the earth to the gods. The ball game, Pak Ta Pak, was another key aspect of Maya religion. Played on large stone courts, the game was more than a sport, it held significant religious meaning. The game often symbolized the cosmic struggle between life and death, and in some cases, it involved human sacrifice. Victors were sometimes honored with sacrificial roles, reflecting the belief that such offerings were sacred and essential to maintaining balance in the universe. Maya myths and legends also played a vital role in their religion. The Popol Vuh, a sacred text, recounts the creation of the world and the heroic journey of the hero twins through Xibalba. These stories not only explained their understanding of the cosmos, but also served as moral and spiritual guides for their society. Maya religion was a profound blend of spirituality, cosmology, and community practice. Through their rituals, architecture, and myths, they sought to understand and harmonize with the forces of nature and the cosmos. While many mysteries remain about their beliefs, the legacy of their religion continues to captivate the modern world. Chapter 3: The Beginning of the Decline. Section 1: When did the decline begin? The decline of the Maya civilization is one of history's greatest enigmas. At its height during the Classic period 250 to 900 CE, the Maya civilization flourished with powerful city-states, advanced architecture, and remarkable cultural achievements. However, by the late 8th century, evidence of decline began to emerge, particularly in the southern lowlands, marking the beginning of a gradual collapse that would unfold over the next 2 centuries. One of the earliest signs of decline was the cessation of monumental construction. For centuries, city-states like Tikal and Copan had competed to build grand pyramids, palaces, and stelae, which documented the achievements of their rulers. By the late 700s, construction activity in many cities had slowed significantly. This decline in building projects suggests a loss of resources, manpower, or political stability, as these monumental works required significant coordination and effort. Population decreases are another clear indicator of the Maya decline. Archaeological evidence points to abandoned cities and reduced habitation in previously bustling urban centers. For example, Tikal, one of the most powerful city-states of the Classic period, saw a sharp drop in its population by the 9th century. The reasons for this depopulation remain unclear but may include environmental degradation, disease, or internal conflict. Trade networks, which had connected the Maya to distant regions, also began to disintegrate during this time. The flow of valuable goods like jade, obsidian, and cacao slowed, disrupting the economies of many city-states. This economic instability likely contributed to the weakening of political alliances and the rise of conflicts between rival powers. Interestingly, the decline was not uniform across the Maya region. While cities in the southern lowlands experienced significant challenges, those in the northern Yucatan Peninsula, such as Chichen Itza, appeared to thrive during this period. This regional variation suggests that the causes of the decline were complex and multifaceted, with some areas able to adapt more effectively than others. By the end of the 10th century, many major cities in the southern lowlands had been completely abandoned, marking the end of the Classic period. However, the Maya civilization did not vanish entirely. Northern cities continued to flourish for several centuries, and Maya culture persisted in the region long after the fall of their great city-states. The question of when the decline began is closely tied to understanding why it happened. Was it environmental collapse, internal strife, or external pressures? To answer this, we must delve deeper into the challenges that the Maya faced during this pivotal period. Section 2: Evidence of internal conflicts. Internal conflicts were a significant factor in the decline of the Maya civilization. Throughout the Classic period, Maya city-states engaged in fierce competition, vying for control over resources and territory. This rivalry, while driving advancements in art and architecture, also led to devastating warfare that weakened the region's stability. Archaeological evidence reveals a surge in conflicts during the late Classic period. Fortifications like defensive walls and moats were built around cities such as Dos Pilas and Aguadica, indicating a need for protection. These measures suggest that prolonged warfare had become a persistent threat. One of the most prominent examples of conflict was the rivalry between Tikal and Calakmul, known as the Maya Superpower Wars. This struggle lasted for centuries and drew many smaller city-states into its orbit. Inscriptions on stelae and murals document battles, the capture of enemy rulers, and shifting alliances, all of which contributed to political fragmentation. Smaller-scale conflicts also played a role in destabilizing the Maya. Evidence of burned buildings and abandoned settlements points to local uprisings or attacks, often caused by internal power struggles. Leaders who failed to manage resources or maintain stability likely faced revolts from their own people, further straining city-states. Warfare had profound economic and social impacts. Raids disrupted trade routes, cutting off access to valuable goods, like jade and obsidian. Farmers, essential to sustaining the population, may have fled their fields due to constant instability. This loss of resources and manpower weakened city-states, leaving them vulnerable to collapse. The escalation of internal conflicts created a cycle of instability that the Maya civilization could not overcome. Combined with other challenges, such as environmental changes and resource depletion, these wars played a crucial role in the eventual decline of the once thriving Maya city-states. Section 3. Traces of population decline. One of the clearest signs of the Maya civilization's decline is the dramatic decrease in population across many of their city-states. Archaeological evidence shows that once thriving urban centers were gradually abandoned during the late Classic period 8th to 10th century. Cities like Tikal, Copan, and Palenque, which once supported tens of thousands of inhabitants, saw sharp declines in population. This depopulation left many grand cities eerily silent, signaling the end of their prominence. One major clue to population decline lies in abandoned structures. Excavations have revealed homes and public buildings left unfinished or suddenly deserted, suggesting a mass exodus of people. In some cases, evidence of incomplete construction projects points to societal disruptions that halted daily life. Researchers have also uncovered signs of overgrown farmland, indicating that agricultural activity in the surrounding areas came to an abrupt stop. Environmental changes may have played a significant role. Studies of sediment and tree rings indicate that prolonged droughts occurred during this period, leading to water shortages and crop failures. The Mayas' reliance on intensive agriculture made them particularly vulnerable to such changes. As food supplies dwindled, people likely migrated in search of better conditions, leaving behind once vibrant cities. Another factor is resource depletion. The Maya heavily relied on their environment to sustain their large populations, extracting timber for construction and fuel, and cultivating crops in nutrient-depleted soil. Over time, these practices may have led to unsustainable conditions, forcing inhabitants to leave their cities in search of more fertile land. Evidence also suggests social and political pressures contributed to the decline. Internal conflicts, combined with the strain of supporting large populations, may have pushed city-states into collapse. Farmers and workers, burdened by demands from rulers and priests, may have abandoned their cities in protest or out of necessity. The depopulation of Maya cities did not happen uniformly. While the southern lowlands experienced the most dramatic declines, cities in the northern Yucatan Peninsula, such as Chichen Itza, appeared to thrive for several centuries after. This regional variation suggests that environmental and social factors impacted different areas in diverse ways. Ultimately, the population decline marked a turning point in Maya history. The great city-states that had dominated the region for centuries fell silent, leaving behind monumental ruins as reminders of their former glory. The reasons behind this decline remain a topic of ongoing research, but it is clear that a combination of environmental, social, and political factors played a critical role in this dramatic shift. Chapter 4. Theories on the Disappearance of the Maya. Section 1. The Climate Change Theory: Drought and Its Impacts. One of the most compelling theories about the disappearance of the Maya civilization is the impact of climate change, particularly prolonged droughts. Archaeological and environmental studies reveal evidence of severe droughts in the southern lowlands during the late Classic period 8th to 10th centuries. These droughts likely played a significant role in destabilizing Maya society. The Maya relied heavily on agriculture, cultivating crops like maize, beans, and squash. However, their farming techniques, including slash and burn methods, often depleted the soil. When droughts struck, the combination of poor soil and lack of water would have led to widespread crop failures. Without adequate food supplies, populations in major cities began to decline, as people either migrated or perished. Reservoirs, an essential part of Maya cities, also failed to meet the demands of the population during these dry periods. Many urban centers depended on stored rainwater, but prolonged droughts meant these reservoirs dried up. This lack of water would have caused additional hardships, making it impossible to sustain large populations. The droughts also likely exacerbated existing social and political tensions. Rulers, seen as intermediaries between the gods and the people, may have been blamed for failing to prevent environmental disasters. This loss of faith in leadership could have led to uprisings, further weakening city-states. While drought alone may not explain the full collapse of the Maya civilization, it is clear that environmental changes played a critical role. Combined with internal conflicts and resource depletion, these climatic shifts created conditions that many Maya cities could not withstand. Section 2. Is there evidence of external invasions? The theory of external invasions has been proposed as a potential explanation for the decline of the Maya civilization. Some scholars have suggested that neighboring groups or foreign forces may have attacked and destabilized the city-states, leading to their eventual collapse. However, the evidence for this theory is limited and remains a topic of debate among researchers. Unlike other civilizations that fell due to clear external invasions, such as the Roman Empire or the Aztecs, the Maya do not have strong archaeological evidence of widespread conquest by external groups. While there are depictions of battles and captives in Maya art and inscriptions, these primarily refer to conflicts between Maya city-state rather than invasions by outsiders. One candidate for an external threat is the arrival of groups from central Mexico, such as the Toltecs. There is some evidence that Chichen Itza, in the northern Yucatan Peninsula, experienced cultural influences from central Mexico during its later period. Architectural styles, such as the presence of feathered serpent motifs, suggest interactions with Toltec culture. However, these influences appear to have been more cultural exchanges than outright military conquests. Additionally, some researchers have pointed to the arrival of groups like the Putan Maya, a more militarized people from the Gulf Coast region. The Putan are believed to have introduced new trade networks and potentially influenced political changes in the region. However, there is little to indicate that they were responsible for large-scale invasions. Overall, while external invasions may have contributed to localized changes, they are unlikely to be the primary cause of the Maya collapse. The evidence points more strongly to internal factors such as resource depletion, climate change, and political instability as the driving forces behind the civilization's decline. Section 3. The effects of environmental degradation and agricultural crises. Environmental degradation and agricultural crises played a significant role in the decline of the Maya civilization. As the Maya population grew during the Classic period, the pressure on natural resources increased. Deforestation, soil exhaustion, and overfarming eventually created unsustainable conditions that weakened the ability of cities to support their people. The Maya relied on slash-and-burn agriculture, a method that temporarily enriched the soil but required frequent land rotation. Over time, the constant clearing of forests depleted the soil of nutrients, making it harder to grow staple crops like maize. Without fertile land, food production declined, leading to shortages that destabilized communities. Deforestation had other consequences as well. The removal of trees disrupted local ecosystems and contributed to changes in the climate. Studies suggest that widespread deforestation may have exacerbated drought conditions in the southern lowlands by reducing rainfall and increasing temperatures. These environmental changes further stressed the agricultural systems on which the Maya depended. Urban centers, with their large populations, were particularly vulnerable to these crises. Cities like Tikal and Copan required extensive resources to maintain their monumental architecture and feed their inhabitants. As farmland became less productive, these cities struggled to sustain themselves. Evidence of malnutrition in skeletal remains from this period indicates that famine likely became a growing problem. The strain on resources may also have intensified social and political tensions. Rulers, who were expected to maintain stability and prosperity, faced increasing challenges as food supplies dwindled. In some cases, leaders may have overexploited their people, demanding tributes and labor that further eroded the population's ability to cope with environmental hardships. Ultimately, the combination of environmental degradation and agricultural crises created a cycle of decline that many Maya cities could not escape. While these factors alone did not cause the collapse, they played a critical role in weakening the civilization and setting the stage for its eventual fall. Chapter 5. What Science and Archaeology Reveal. Section 1. New discoveries through geological analysis and technology. Advances in science and archaeology have uncovered new insights into the Maya civilization's decline. By utilizing modern techniques such as geological analysis, satellite imaging, and lidar light detection and ranging, researchers have been able to examine the environmental and societal factors that contributed to the fall of the Maya. Geological studies, including sediment analysis and lake core sampling, have revealed evidence of severe droughts during the late Classic period. By examining layers of sediment, scientists have identified changes in water levels and the presence of minerals associated with dry conditions. These findings provide compelling support for the theory that prolonged droughts played a significant role in destabilizing Maya society. Lidar technology has revolutionized the study of Maya cities. By using lasers to penetrate dense jungle canopies, researchers have discovered previously hidden settlements, roads, and agricultural terraces. These findings reveal the extent of the Maya population and their sophisticated land management techniques. However, they also highlight the strain placed on the environment, as vast areas of forest were cleared for farming. Archaeological excavations, combined with technological advancements, have also uncovered evidence of social and political stress. Studies of skeletal remains show signs of malnutrition and physical trauma, indicating that famine and conflict were widespread during the Maya collapse. These discoveries provide a more detailed picture of how environmental challenges and internal conflicts impacted everyday life. Additionally, chemical analyses of pottery and tools have helped trace ancient trade networks. By studying the materials used in these artifacts, researchers have found evidence of disrupted trade routes during the late Classic period. This suggests that economic instability may have contributed to the decline of major city-states. Modern technology continues to shed light on the complex factors behind the Maya collapse. By combining geological data, archaeological evidence, and advanced imaging techniques, researchers are uncovering a clearer picture of how this once thriving civilization faced and ultimately succumbed to environmental and societal challenges. Section 2. What were the lost cities of the Maya? The lost cities of the Maya refer to the abandoned urban centers that were rediscovered centuries after the civilization's decline. These cities, hidden beneath dense jungle canopies, once served as thriving hubs of politics, culture, and religion. Among the most famous are Tikal, Copan, and Palenque in the southern lowlands, as well as Calakmul and Caracol. Tikal, located in modern-day Guatemala, was one of the most powerful Maya city-states during the Classic period. Its towering pyramids and expansive plazas were the center of a flourishing metropolis. However, by the late 10th century, Tikal was largely abandoned. Excavations have revealed signs of population decline, environmental stress, and reduced construction, offering clues to its mysterious fall. Copan, in present-day Honduras, was renowned for its artistic achievements and detailed hieroglyphic inscriptions. Its hieroglyphic stairway, which records the history of Copan's rulers, remains a key source of information about Maya culture. Despite its grandeur, Copan faced challenges such as resource depletion and social unrest, which likely contributed to its abandonment. Palenque, nestled in the Chiapas region of Mexico, was celebrated for its intricate architecture and carvings. The Temple of the Inscriptions, containing the tomb of King Pakal, stands as a testament to the city's artistic and engineering prowess. Palenque's decline, like that of other cities, appears to have been gradual, driven by environmental changes and shifting political dynamics. What makes these cities lost is the way nature reclaimed them after they were abandoned. Dense forests quickly grew over the structures, concealing them for centuries. When European explorers first encountered these ruins, they were astonished by the scale and sophistication of the cities. The rediscovery of these lost cities has been instrumental in understanding the rise and fall of the Maya civilization. Through ongoing excavations and advanced technologies like lidar, researchers continue to uncover new details about these cities, shedding light on the achievements and struggles of one of history's most fascinating cultures. Section 3. Archaeologists' latest hypotheses on the collapse. Archaeologists continue to explore new hypotheses about the collapse of the Maya civilization, using advanced technologies and interdisciplinary approaches. To piece together this historical puzzle, recent research has highlighted the complex interplay of environmental, social, and political factors that contributed to the Maya decline. One prominent hypothesis focuses on the role of climate change. Sediment analysis from lakes in the Maya region has provided evidence of prolonged droughts during the late Classic period. These droughts, coupled with deforestation and overfarming, likely led to food shortages and water scarcity, destabilizing city-states. This environmental stress may have triggered migrations and population declines. as people abandoned cities in search of better conditions. Another hypothesis examines the impact of internal conflicts. Archaeological findings reveal signs of warfare, including fortified structures, burned buildings, and depictions of battles in Maya art. These conflicts, often between rival city-states, may have weakened political stability and disrupted trade networks, further exacerbating the challenges faced by the Maya. Political fragmentation is another key factor. Unlike centralized empires, the Maya civilization consisted of independent city-states. This lack of unity may have made them more vulnerable to external pressures, such as environmental changes and economic disruptions. Rulers struggling to maintain control likely faced uprisings or were overthrown, leading to further instability. Recent studies have also pointed to the role of disease. Skeletal remains show evidence of malnutrition and possible epidemics, which could have compounded the effects of famine and conflict. While the specific diseases remain unidentified, their presence likely accelerated the decline of already weakened populations. Archaeologists are also re-examining trade networks as a factor in the collapse. Disruptions in the flow of essential goods, such as jade, obsidian, and cacao, may have crippled the economies of major cities. Without these resources, city-states would have struggled to sustain their populations and maintain their political power. These latest hypotheses underscore the complexity of the Maya collapse. It was not the result of a single event or cause, but rather a combination of interconnected challenges that unfolded over centuries. By integrating environmental data, archaeological evidence, and historical records, researchers are gradually uncovering the multifaceted nature of this ancient mystery. Chapter 6: The Legacy of the Maya Civilization Today. Section 1: Knowledge and Influences the Maya Left for Modern Society. The Maya civilization's legacy continues to influence modern society in profound ways, from their advancements in astronomy and mathematics to their intricate art and architecture. The Maya left behind knowledge and innovations that remain relevant and inspiring today. One of their most enduring contributions is their calendar system. The Maya developed a highly accurate calendar, based on their advanced understanding of astronomy. Their observations of celestial bodies, including the Sun, Moon, and Venus, allowed them to track time with remarkable precision. Elements of the Maya calendar, such as the concept of a 365-day year, resonate with modern systems of timekeeping and reflect their scientific ingenuity. The Maya were also pioneers in mathematics. They independently developed the concept of zero, a critical advancement that allowed for more complex calculations. Their vigesimal-based 20 system enabled them to measure astronomical cycles and construct their calendar. This mathematical knowledge was far ahead of its time, and laid the groundwork for further developments in science and engineering. Culturally, the Maya have had a lasting impact on art, language, and traditions. Their intricate carvings, murals, and ceramics continue to inspire artists and scholars around the world. Maya glyphs, one of the most sophisticated writing systems of the ancient world, are still being deciphered, offering insights into their history, myths, and daily life. Modern descendants of the Maya people have preserved many elements of their ancestors' culture. Traditional foods, clothing, and spiritual practices remain vital aspects of life in communities across Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and Honduras. Festivals like the Day of the Dead in Mexico, which combines pre-Columbian and Spanish traditions, echo ancient Maya beliefs about the afterlife. Environmental lessons from the Maya are also highly relevant today. Their rise and fall highlight the importance of sustainable resource management. the challenges they faced due to deforestation, soil depletion, and drought serve as warnings for modern societies about the consequences of overexploiting natural resources. Ultimately, the Maya civilization's legacy is a testament to their ingenuity, creativity, and resilience. Their knowledge and cultural achievements continue to enrich our understanding of history while offering timeless lessons for the future. Section 2. The importance of Maya ruins as cultural heritage. The ruins of the Maya civilization are among the most significant cultural heritage sites in the world. These ancient cities, with their towering pyramids, intricate carvings, and sprawling ceremonial plazas, serve as powerful reminders of the Mayas' achievements and provide a window into their remarkable history. Sites like Tikal, Chichen Itza, and Palenque have been recognized as UNESCO World Heritage Sites due to their historical and cultural importance. These ruins offer invaluable insights into Maya society, from their architectural techniques to their religious practices. The preservation of these sites ensures that future generations can continue to study and appreciate one of the most advanced civilizations of the ancient world. The importance of Maya ruins extends beyond archaeology. They hold deep cultural and spiritual significance for modern Maya communities, who see these sites as sacred spaces connected to their ancestors. Rituals and ceremonies are still performed at some locations, bridging the gap between the past and present and keeping traditional beliefs alive. Economically, Maya ruins play a vital role in the tourism industry. Millions of visitors flock to sites like Chichen Itza each year, drawn by the allure of their history and mystery. This influx of tourism generates revenue that supports local economies and funds preservation efforts. However, balancing tourism with conservation is a challenge, as increased foot traffic can pose risks to the integrity of these ancient structures. Preservation efforts are essential to protecting Maya ruins from natural and human threats. Deforestation, erosion, and looting have endangered many sites over the centuries. Organizations and governments work tirelessly to restore and maintain these ruins, using advanced technologies like lidar to uncover and document hidden structures without causing damage. Maya ruins are more than just archaeological sites. They are symbols of human ingenuity, resilience, and creativity. They connect us to a distant past while inspiring awe and curiosity about the capabilities of ancient civilizations. By safeguarding these sites, we not only honor the Maya legacy, but also ensure that their stories continue to enrich our understanding of history and culture. Section 3. Preservation efforts and the current state of tourism. Preserving the ruins of the Maya civilization is a critical task, as these sites face threats from natural forces and human activities. Over time, deforestation, erosion, and climate change have taken their toll on ancient structures, while looting and unregulated tourism have also posed significant challenges. To protect this invaluable heritage, archaeologists, governments, and international organizations have joined forces in comprehensive preservation efforts. Advanced technologies like lidar have revolutionized preservation and exploration. By using laser scanning to map buried and hidden structures, researchers can uncover details of ancient cities without damaging the environment. Restoration projects have also been key to stabilizing fragile buildings, ensuring that temples, pyramids, and carvings remain intact for future generations. Tourism plays a double-edged role in the preservation of Maya ruins. On one hand, the popularity of sites like Chichen Itza and Tikal generates significant revenue, which can fund conservation efforts and boost local economies. These sites attract millions of visitors annually, highlighting global interest in the Maya's history and achievements. On the other hand, tourism can put immense pressure on these fragile ruins. Heavy foot traffic, littering, and unauthorized access have caused wear and tear on ancient structures. Managing the balance between accessibility and protection is a constant challenge for site administrators. Many sites have implemented measures like visitor limits, designated pathways, and educational programs to minimize the impact of tourism. While maintaining public access, community involvement has become a cornerstone of preservation efforts. Local Maya communities often participate in protecting and managing these sites, ensuring that their cultural and spiritual significance is respected. Programs that combine conservation with education provide sustainable livelihoods for locals while fostering a deeper understanding of their heritage. Despite the challenges, the ongoing preservation of Maya ruins serves as a testament to their enduring value. These efforts ensure that the architectural and cultural legacy of the Maya civilization continues to inspire and educate people around the world. By balancing conservation with tourism, we can protect these treasures while sharing their stories with future generations. Chapter 7. Lessons from the Maya Civilization. Section 1. Environmental Warnings and the Collapse of Civilizations. The collapse of the Maya civilization offers profound lessons about the relationship between humans and the environment. The Maya thrived for centuries, transforming dense jungles into bustling cities through advanced agricultural techniques and urban planning. However, their dependence on the land ultimately contributed to their downfall when environmental challenges became insurmountable. One key factor was deforestation. The Maya cleared vast areas of forest to create farmland and gather resources for construction. This large-scale deforestation disrupted local ecosystems, leading to soil erosion and a decline in agricultural productivity. Combined with slash-and-burn farming, these practices exhausted the land, making it harder to sustain growing populations. Prolonged droughts further compounded these issues. Geological studies of sediment and lake cores have revealed evidence of severe dry periods during the late Classic period. With limited water storage systems and overexploited resources, many cities struggled to provide for their inhabitants. As crop yields fell and water shortages worsened, the strain on communities became overwhelming. The Maya experience serves as a cautionary tale for modern societies. Like the Maya, we rely heavily on natural resources to sustain our way of life. Overfarming, deforestation, and the overuse of water resources are global concerns that mirror the challenges faced by the ancient Maya. The collapse of their civilization demonstrates how unsustainable practices can lead to environmental degradation and societal instability. Another lesson is the importance of adaptability. While some Maya cities in the southern lowlands were abandoned, others in the northern Yucatan Peninsula, like Chichen Itza, adapted to changing conditions and continued to thrive. This contrast highlights the critical role of flexibility and innovation in overcoming environmental challenges. Today, the Maya legacy reminds us of the delicate balance between humans and nature. By learning from their successes and failures, we can strive to build a sustainable future that avoids the mistakes of the past. Section 2. What the vulnerability of advanced civilizations teaches us. The Maya civilization was one of the most advanced societies of the ancient world, with remarkable achievements in architecture, mathematics, and astronomy. Yet, despite their sophistication, they were not immune to collapse. Their decline highlights how even the most advanced civilizations can be vulnerable to internal and external challenges. One key lesson is that complexity does not guarantee resilience. The Maya created a decentralized network of independent city-states, each with its own rulers and systems of governance. While this structure allowed for cultural diversity and innovation, it also made the civilization more fragile. When environmental crises, such as droughts, arose, the lack of centralized coordination likely hindered their ability to respond effectively. The reliance on trade and resources further underscores this vulnerability. The Maya depended on extensive trade networks to sustain their cities, exchanging goods like jade, obsidian, and cacao. However, disruptions to these networks during the late Classic period weakened their economies, leaving cities unable to support their populations. This dependency highlights the risks of over-reliance on external resources, a lesson that remains relevant today. Social and political instability also played a role in their collapse. As resources became scarcer, tensions between rival city-states escalated into warfare. Internal conflicts weakened the social fabric of many cities, leading to rebellions and the overthrow of rulers. The Maya's decline demonstrates how political fragmentation and social unrest can accelerate the downfall of even the most sophisticated societies. The vulnerability of the Maya civilization serves as a warning for modern societies. Advanced technology and complex systems may provide short-term stability, but without sustainable practices and adaptability, they can become liabilities in times of crisis. The Maya remind us that no society is invincible, and that resilience requires addressing environmental, social, and political challenges proactively. Section 3. Messages from the Maya spirit for the future. The Maya civilization, with its remarkable achievements and eventual decline, offers timeless lessons for humanity. Beyond their contributions to science, art, and architecture, the Maya spirit conveys messages about resilience, respect for nature, and the importance of cultural identity in shaping the future. One of the most significant messages is the value of living in harmony with the environment. The Maya viewed nature as sacred, with rivers, mountains, and forests deeply intertwined with their spiritual beliefs. Their rituals and myths reflected a profound respect for the natural world, a perspective that modern societies can adopt to address today's environmental challenges. Balancing technological advancements with ecological stewardship is a lesson rooted in Maya philosophy. The Maya also emphasized the importance of preserving cultural heritage. Despite the collapse of their great city-states, their traditions, language, and spiritual practices have survived through their descendants. Modern Maya communities continue to celebrate their ancestry, keeping alive the values and wisdom passed down over generations. Their resilience demonstrates how cultural identity can endure, even in the face of great upheaval. Adaptability is another crucial message. While some Maya cities fell, others adapted to changing conditions and thrived. Their ability to innovate, such as developing water management systems in the northern Yucatan, shows that flexibility is key to survival in a rapidly changing world. This adaptability remains a vital lesson for individuals and societies alike. Finally, the Maya remind us of the fleeting nature of power and prosperity. Their grand cities and advanced knowledge once symbolized dominance, yet they ultimately succumbed to environmental and social pressures. This humbling realization encourages modern societies to prioritize sustainability and long-term thinking over short-term gains. The spirit of the Maya endures not only in their ruins, but also in their lessons for the future. By learning from their successes and failures, we can honor their legacy while building a more balanced and sustainable world. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.